After the grandeur of Sita's Swayamvara and the victorious return of Rama, Lakshmana, and King Dasharatha to Ayodhya, the city was adorned with festivity and bliss. The people, thrilled by Rama's valor and righteousness, rejoiced in the union of the prince with Sita, the virtuous daughter of Janaka. Songs of joy filled the air, and the streets gleamed with garlands and lamps. The royal family welcomed Sita with great warmth, and Rama resumed his princely duties with honor. As time passed, King Dasharatha, now aged, felt the time was ripe to anoint Rama as the Yuvaraja, the crown prince. Rama, the embodiment of dharma, had won the hearts of the people and all ministers. Preparations for his coronation were begun with great excitement, rituals were planned, and the entire city awaited the auspicious occasion. However, in the palace, Queen Kaikeyi was falling under the influence of her cunning maid Manthara. Manthara, out of jealousy and fear for Kaikeyi's diminished status once Rama became king, sowed seeds of suspicion and fear in Kaikeyi's heart, warning her that Bharata would be cast aside and Kaikeyi would lose her influence. Though initially dismissive, Kaikeyi eventually succumbed to Manthara's manipulations. She recalled the 2 boons granted to her by Dasharatha during an earlier war and decided to use them now. Kaikeyi confronted King Dasharatha in his private chambers, dressing in sorrowful attire and casting herself upon the floor. When the king approached her with concern, she reminded him of the 2 boons he had once granted. Dasharatha, bound by his honor and unable to refuse, asked her to speak her desires. With a heart turned cold, Kaikeyi demanded that her son Bharata be crowned as king and that Rama be sent into exile for 14 years. Dasharatha was shattered. He pleaded, raged, begged Kaikeyi to relent, but she was unwavering. Struck by despair, the king collapsed in agony. Rama, when told of the boons and the exile, remained composed. He honored his father's word without question and agreed to leave immediately. Rama's noble acceptance stunned the court and the citizens. Sita, devoted and unyielding, insisted on joining him. Despite Rama's efforts to dissuade her, she stood firm in her dharma as a wife. Lakshmana, fierce and loyal, also vowed to follow them. Dressed in garments of bark and leaving behind the luxuries of royalty, the 3 departed the palace. The people of Ayodhya followed them in sorrow, unwilling to let go of their beloved prince. As they reached the banks of the Tamasa river, Rama, to avoid further heartbreak for the citizens, quietly left before dawn. Back in Ayodhya, grief overtook Dasharatha, and he passed away calling Rama's name. Meanwhile, Bharata, who was away at his maternal uncle's kingdom, returned to find his father dead and Rama gone. Shocked and enraged upon learning of Kaikeyi's actions, he rebuked her and refused the throne. With holy sages, ministers, and a large retinue, Bharata journeyed into the forest to bring Rama back. When they met in the forest hermitage, the brothers embraced with tears. Bharata pleaded with Rama to return, but Rama, bound by his duty, refused. As a compromise, Bharata took Rama's sandals and placed them on the throne, ruling Ayodhya as his brother's regent. Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana continued their forest exile. They spent time at the hermitages of sages Bharadvaja and Valmiki, and later built a cottage at Chitrakoot by the Mandakini river. There, they led a life of ascetic peace, meditating, performing duties, and protecting sages from Rakshasas. Their time in exile, though peaceful on the surface, marked the beginning of great trials. In distant Lanka, the Rakshasa king Ravana was growing in power, and fate was slowly drawing the lines of an epic confrontation. For now, Rama's life in the forest was one of discipline, devotion, and quiet heroism, as destiny prepared the path for the greater battles ahead.